Hello, everybody, and welcome to elPablo FC, where we talk about all things football, starting from everything between La Liga and the Premier League. And today, we're going to be reviewing Match Week 8 with regards to what we learned from Match Week 8 for the Spanish La Liga in the 2025-26 season. You know, the La Liga season continues to serve up drama and unpredictability after match day 8 with the title race already shaping into an intriguing battle between, familiar rivals. Real Madrid have reclaimed top spot, and with a commanding performance against Villarreal before the international break, with Barcelona suffering a major setback under Hansi Flick, losing their grip on first place after, a heavy defeat to Sevilla. Now, Atletico Madrid, meanwhile, failed to build on their derby triumph, dropping valuable points against Celta Vigo elsewhere. Now, Girona also finally ended their winless run to spark hope for a turnaround, whereas Elche's dream, dream start to life back in the top flight came to an end with a frustrating defeat to Alaves. With plenty of movement at both ends of the table, we're taking a look at, 5 things that we learned from the Match Week 8. First and foremost, number 1, basically Real Madrid returned to winning ways in La Liga. The Los Blancos secured a 5-0 win over Kairat Almaty in the UEFA Champions League in midweek, and they were heading into week 5 into the weekend's fixtures against Villarreal under some significant pressure, given that they had lost at Atletico Madrid 5-0 in the last outing, in the Madrid derby, right? As expected, the team in white bounced back in sensational fashion. While Kylian Mbappe did bag a goal, he was not really at his best, but he still scored, didn't it? However, Vinicius Jr did step up on the night and got them the desired result. He took a penalty and scored a goal. The Brazilian international has been a bit inconsistent, but he's certainly showing signs that the best is around the corner for him. The second thing we learned from Match Week 8 in the La Liga is that Barcelona knocked off the top of La Liga. After Real Madrid dropped points in the Madrid derby last week, Hansi Flick's Barcelona claimed top spot for the first time this season. While they secured, the summit with a dominant performance, the defending champions went through a nightmare against Sevilla on Sunday. Sevilla took the lead early in the game as Alexis Sanchez converted a penalty against his former club after a contentious foul, by Ronald Araujo. Now, the Los Noviones went on to double the lead before the break. However, Rashford brought the Catalan giants back in the mix with a very late strike in the first half. And then it will shock you to know that Rashford was the man of the match of that game. Man of the match for a team that lost, but it is what it is. Also, Flick's team did push to get back in the game throughout the second half, but 2 late goals by Sevilla brought an end to Barcelona's struggle. Now, the result was a massive blow as their unbeaten start to La Liga came to an end, and they eventually lost the top spot to Real Madrid, who are back in control of the title race. Now, Atletico Madrid, which is number 3 now, number 3 point we learned from the game is that from the Match Week 8, is that Atletico Madrid failed to capitalize on the derby win. With 3 straight wins across competitions, it felt like Atletico Madrid were back on track and ready to challenge for major titles. However, it was a touch too early to make such prediction of that kind, as Diego Simeone's men were yet again in the headlines for dropping points in the league. Now, they could only manage to secure a point against Celta Vigo after Clement Longley was sent off towards the end of the first half. Given the kind of performance they had put up against Real Madrid, a lot was expected from them, but things did not go according to plan. Now, after taking the lead quite early in the game, Atletico Madrid went on the defensive and eventually ended up paying the price as Iago Aspas, who never seems to go away, struck and snatched 2 points, 2 important points from the jaws of Atletico Madrid. They once again find themselves 8 points off the top and certainly have a lot of chasing to do if they do not want to be out of the title race within the first half of the season. And number 4 in all of this is that Girona's streak comes to an end. Basically, Girona's winless streak comes to an end. After weeks of struggles, Girona finally managed to secure their first 3 points of their 2025-26 La Liga campaign against Valencia. While they still, find themselves in the relegation battle, they have things going just at the right time for them. A few more positive results could actually completely transform their season and ensure that they do not end up, fighting for survival yet again. It was not really a good performance from their end, but they did get the job done. They took the lead in the first half, but Valencia were back in it at the start of the second half. And 6 minutes later, Anao Martinez actually gave Girona the lead, and then they managed to hold on to it despite going down to 9 men in the final phase. Girona certainly showed a lot of character as Valencia were completely in control of the proceedings, but they managed to get their desired result with 2 draws and a win. They are surely in much better position than they were in the last few weeks. And this was the win that they secured before the international break. And now the final thing that we learned from the La Liga's match week 8 is the fact that Elche's dream run ends. Obviously, they were in a honeymoon period, and of all 3 promoted teams in the 25-26 La Liga season, Elche had by far been the best of the lot. Prior to their defeat in the hands of Deportivo Alaves, they had 13 points in just 7 outings and were sitting in the European spot. Now, the newly promoted side were unbeaten in the top flight, and the Star certainly, suggested that they might be involved in the relegation battle. However, they have finally suffered their first blow of the season. Elche have tasted the first defeat, and they have slipped down to 7th in the table. Both teams were on even terms heading into the final 15 minutes of the game, but Alaves had the edge as they were more creative in the final third. Soon after they took the lead in the 76th minute, Elche were reduced to 10 men. So it was a flurry of red cards in match week 8. While they did give it their all to save the game, and Andre Silva did score in injury time, Alaves ended up scoring 3 on the night to secure a comfortable win. How did you think your team did in Spanish La Liga, especially after match week 8? And we're looking forward to match week 9, which will start as of the time of recording Friday. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. What other things did you learn from the La Liga as regards to match week 8 and all of that? Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. As we build towards match week 9, do you think Real Madrid will secure another win and continue their winning streak to 3 back-to-back games? Do you think Barcelona will find form and try to win? Or would they continue to lose as they will be losing 2 games? If they lose again in the weekend, it will be 3 games back-to-back. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.